like a serial relationship is kind of person where I like
serial relationship.
I like that word. Relationship.
Welcome everybody to the Jab ATL. I'm your host Tevin. This is my co-host B, Rio, and Spartak. And today we got a great topic for us. It's going to be our values in relations to societies. And to help us kind of bring this in, we got B. He's going to bring us in with his own story and he's going to get this whole episode popping. All right, so go ahead, man.
Well, I don't really have a story, but I do have a homie that's always in relationships, right?
Okay.
And the second he's not in one, it's automatic depression. And I'm like
automatic?
Automatic. He goes from a 0 to 100 and then 100 to 0, just like that.
Oh.
Yeah, man. And I mean, what do y'all think on that? Like, I'm like, what do we value like relationships like that? I mean, I don't personally, but you know, like values in society is crazy. Like,
Yeah, you always gotta have somebody. You always got cuffing season. All these little things that make you feel bad if you're going without. Yeah, I feel that though.
I mean, I feel like there's like a slight depression once you break up with somebody.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can bounce back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, there's no bounce back.
There's no bounce back?
No. And I'll be like, bro, shut the fuck up.
So what's your homie? Like, does he ever tell you like why he's with these chicks?
Yeah. He just be like, hey, bro, I ain't got a girlfriend right now. I'm like, okay. And so, I mean, it's funny too, because he hit me up and he was like, so I'm trying Tinder. I was like, cool. He was like, I just got one, like, I'm gonna hit her up. I'm like, all right, cool. The first girl that liked him and hit him up, he went on a date with her and then he closed the app. I'm like, bro, why?
What? So he wasn't even really playing the field.
He wouldn't even play the field.
Dang.
That's interesting.
He took the first thing that came to him and trying to run with it.
That is interesting, because to me, I play the field. You know, I probably have like 4 or 5 different Tinder people that I'll be messing with.
Right.
Before I would just like
Because it makes
settle on one person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people do that even outside of the app, you know, in bars and show. You know? What do you feel like you would do?
In theory, I would do what you said, right? But actually doing it in real life is a little difficult. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're coming from a place of lack, you know what I'm saying? Anything that kind of looks good, that glitters, you're probably gonna hop on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it you know, but if you're coming from, you know, a place of, I guess, abundance, I guess you could say that, which will be hard right after a breakup. You know what I'm saying? It'll be easier to kind of like really discern what's good for you versus just taking the first thing.
So we say abundance. So you mean like a abundance in like I guess people you can contact?
Well, that and like just I guess how I feel like I guess about yourself and what you got going on in your life. You feel what I'm saying? You got a lot of different things going on for you that, you know what I'm saying, it's in alignment of, I guess, who you want to be. I guess that could kind of be considered as a form of abundance. You know what I mean? Because, and if you don't have that, it's going to be difficult, especially after a breakup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you think, Spartak?
I honestly think it might be like childhood trauma or something like that.
Really?
If you don't feel like confident, like from your childhood, or you're lacking something, like you might feel like, oh, I wasn't like close to my mom, so I might need like some kind of woman in my life, or something like that. That's what I feel like a lot of people like lack.
It's funny that you say that because it's the exact opposite. He's actually really close to his mom, and he's had girlfriends ever since. Okay, we went to like middle school together, so since 6th grade, every year he's had a different girlfriend. I mean, to me, that's just overkill. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm out of a relationship, I really don't care. I be on to the next. No offense to any of my exes or anything. But it just be like, okay, it's time to work on me.
Yeah.
And like when the right one comes along, we'll meet in the middle. You know, I feel like. But
that's interesting that you say that, because like for me, I almost relate to your friend, because I was like a serial relationshipist kind of person where I was like
serial relationship.
I like that word.
Relationship. And like, but the thing was though is I wasn't like depressed after I got over one. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't like placing my value in like, oh shit, the work's gonna end them, cut it out. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, so what is it? Is it like always needing a backup?
I felt like, when I was thinking about it, I feel like when I was going in relationships back to back, I felt like I couldn't get to know myself unless I had somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I guess because for me, by myself, I couldn't figure myself out by myself, if that made any sense.
That does make sense.
It's like a
You know what I'm
mirror
saying?
when you have a relationship.
Yeah,
It's like someone can like criticize you for the little stuff you do
Mm,
and things that you don't notice that you're doing.
yeah.
And then like you could see yourself as like a person
Mm.
from a different point of view.
Mm.
It's like a good way to get to know yourself.
I think it's probably true because for real, like, you know, a lot of times I used to think I wasn't shit, you know, and like I guess in a sense I did have a sort of low self-esteem, but it wasn't like terrible to where I was like, oh, I'm so dependent on you, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. He be breaking a lot of codes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of codes are you breaking?
Oh man. He be breaking the goddamn don't send 3 or 4 texts in a row code.
Oh, those codes. Yeah.
But anyway, when it comes down to society, I mean, we all understand we need, like, I understand you need a relationship because we all need sex, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Well, that's even something to talk about there because some people don't even think it's like you need sex. Some people think you just want it. I think I need it.
I know. I mean, isn't it on the Maslow's whatever, like the Maslow's hierarchy? Yeah.
Hierarchy of needs.
Sex
Yeah,
is a need.
it is, right at the bottom.
Sex is a need.
Yeah.
And I mean, a lot of capitalism goes off of it. I mean, shoot,
Facts.
like sex sells.
It
Right.
does.
Yeah.
It
I
does
mean-
so, indeed.
So how important do you guys really think that is, though? Because even if you're not physically having sex, right? Like, it drives a lot of men. It drives what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
Like, really, like,
There's a lot of simps out there.
yeah. And I just kind of feel like, so that's it. Yeah, Reed. All right. So with that being said, like, okay, so like we talked about the club the last episode, right?
Yeah.
So, are you gonna go to the club if there's no females there?
What the hell I'm going to the club for?
Right. So you see how important that is. Like,
Maybe you like dancing, right?
Well, where's the question? I do like to dance, but I wouldn't go to a club with no girls.
yeah.
But like, if you don't think that you're gonna have sex at the club, because I don't think every person who goes to the club, every guy at least who goes to the club, think they're gonna have sex.
But yeah, absolutely not.
If you don't have that as a goal, would you still go to the club?
If there's only guys at the
Yeah.
club, I'm not gonna go.
I'm not.
Right.
I think it's the wrong
So
club.
is it?
Yeah,
So is
it's the wrong club, right?
So is it more like like energy? Because you know, if you're not going to have sex,
Well, I see what you're saying. I don't think it's that guys go to have sex. It's just the possibility of, you know what I'm saying, meeting a woman that eventually can turn into like some type of sexual relationship. It's just that is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? Just the possibility of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of escalating to that point.
Mhm.
So as far as sex being a need, it's
It'd be the attention of females, and, you know, like having the attention of girls or being seen by girls. Some guys like that.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
true.
girls
Absolutely.
see me. Like, you know, I feel more confident. Or some guys might break on it. You know, like they don't feel comfortable around girls.
Right.
Right.
But like, I think like when there's females there, it's like it shows like a little bit of competition for the guys. So they kind of like it. You know.
So would you,
That's an interesting dynamic.
do you think that guys are like in a sense like kind of competing?
Oh yeah. I think
Really?
they're competing for females. If you see like
Wow.
a baddie, like just 10 out of 10,
True.
right?
True.
You know, you're not the only guy that sees that.
Yeah.
This is true.
Yeah, that's true.
There's other guys that are like, yeah, I want to hit that shit.
You know what? It's funny you say that because I'm not thinking about any other guys if I see a baddie. I'm thinking about how am I going to get
Yeah.
it?
Interesting
Yeah,
mindset. That's an
I'm not thinking about no other guy.
Nobody.
I ain't thinking about
that's
nobody
right.
else.
Yep, I'm the same way. Yep.
So like I'm not really competing. I mean, I guess technically I'm competing because I'm
But
looking
you
at the
don't
same
notice
girl.
it, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm not really looking at
Take
everybody.
them
else.
out of the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like everyone's competing for them without even knowing that they're competing for them,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like she might see 20 other guys,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's the only girl that I want, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like her, like I want to talk to her. She might have seen 10 other guys. Like you're still in competition with them.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
like that's what I see.
I would chop it up with the baddest one in there, but there's no way I'm getting my hopes up for it because I only came to the club with $120.
Right.
And I know by the time I leave, she's going to be trying to take my credit card
Oh,
and
my
all that.
goodness.
I ain't going for it. I'm not going for it. But that's interesting. That's interesting that you say, okay, I mean, you're going to a club, you know, and we go to clubs, you know, on a chance that we might have a sexual relationship with a woman down the road. And
that shows how
that's
powerful
definitely
sex
true.
is. Yeah.
So sex is essentially selling clubs.
So it says again.
Oh, yeah.
Sex is selling clubs.
Oh, yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like sexual intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. It's like when they market in clubs, like you can see it, like when they pass out the cards, like promoters.
Yeah.
It's usually a girl on there, like pretty appealing.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, sweet. Sometimes it's a DJ or something, but most of the time it's like girls on there, like trying to get guys' attention.
Yeah.
And then it's like girls are free till 11, and then guys have to pay. You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's how they kind of market it. You know?
And I get there and I can't see none of their faces because it's so damn dark. And just be like, damn.
Can't even.
Where's the
hear.
girl on the promo?
Yeah.
Where's the girl on the promo?
I feel that.
So like, what is happening for us as guys? You feel like to even be drawn into this quote unquote trap, you know? Because if we know sex is selling clubs, we know that they doing this on purpose. They marketing girls with big titties on the flyers, you know, so they can like get some kind of like arousal of our sexual, I guess, energy to make us want to go to this place for the possibility of sex.
Right.
Like,
I mean, they do the same thing for like freaking deodorants and sprays, man. Like I've seen like an Axe commercial or something. Dude sprayed himself and he just walking down the street and it's just like nothing but women following him. I'm like, bro, I put on the same thing. I ain't seen none of that. I'd be like, bro, what the? Bro, this is false accusations, false selling, bro. They just trapped me. They stole my money, bro. I need a refund.
Yeah, if you think with like the wrong head, they can really catch your money fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you're in the club and you're like kind of messed up, you're gonna spend more money because you're like, I could buy her a drink and she could give me something else. You know, so it's like I don't mind spending another $15. You know?
Right.
So it's like, oh, 15's not bad. Oh, her friend wants to drink too. Let's get a round of shots. $40.
Yeah,
It's like it just piles up.
Yeah.
Right.
I think what you said was interesting. You said like thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah.
So does that mean that like we're thinking like we're directing our thinking to go to sex like automatically or consciously, or you think it's like a subconscious kind of
I
thing?
think it's like a subconscious.
I think it's subconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very subconscious. It's like all the algorithms are like that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, like they'll do like sexual targeting. If you're a guy, your For You page is just filled with.
Oh yeah, it's
But
just
all
booty
just
shaking
ads.
and all that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what? I honestly don't think that we go into the club based on our subconscious.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a conscious decision to go.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
conscious.
I consciously wanted to see some females that night,
True.
and on the off chance that I might get laid, I might bring a couple extra ones, and just let it roll from there. You know.
So I guess the subconscious would be like the marketing.
Yeah.
The marketing might be subconscious, and then maybe throughout your day you might see like other stuff that might, I don't know, do something.
Yeah.
And then consciously you make that decision like, yeah, I do want to go.
Yeah.
So like when you have the For You page, right? You know, my For You page is different from yours, from Tevin's, from B's, based on our different algorithms and stuff like that. So to me, that speaks to me and says like our subconscious is doing different things with all four of us. Why is it hitting sex for everybody?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
easy. Sex sells everything. We got
Sex does
we got deodorant, we got shoes, we got clothes, we got clubs, we got any outing event. You want to go out to eat, you thinking about sex any fucking way. And I don't know why it's like that, but that's like how I feel like society is pretty much fashioned the whole thing nowadays. I mean, anything you hear, like it's always some girl moaning somewhere. Just why? You don't know. You know, it just be anything.
I think it's a primal instinct
Yeah.
for males. I think so. I definitely think, you know, because I guess whoever's running these media outlets, whatever, they know that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're just, you know what I'm saying, taking advantage and getting paid off of it, you know what I mean? So, I think it's like I don't know if I want to say it's a need, but it's technically not. But it's,
Is it
primal
a bad
instincts?
thing?
Huh?
Right.
What you gonna say?
I was gonna say, is that necessarily a bad thing? I mean, yeah, they're marketing sex everywhere and everything. You know, they capturing our wallets and everything. But has that really distracted anything from our life? I mean, I get laid more knowing that sex is everywhere. In my opinion.
It's interesting. I like that. I think you're right. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad.
Because
I don't think sex is bad.
I think the addictions have gotten worse though, like the porn addictions and all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's online and it's so easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you could be 12 and just type in tits. Are you over 18? Yes.
Yes.
And boom, you got
Yeah.
titties on your phone.
So do you think so do you think that like, say for example we got like 13-year-olds who's like, I'll just see titties on their phone on accident. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
40 years ago, you just wouldn't run across titties. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta like go somehow search somebody and then you happen to have an experience where you see their titties or something like that on
Yeah.
accident.
Yeah.
So like, are we getting more sexually programmed through like our Instagrams and our access to phones and stuff like that more than what they were back in the day?
Yeah.
I think
Probably,
It's
yeah.
way
Probably more
way
exposure.
more in our
Yeah.
face.
a lot more exposure
Yeah.
at a younger age.
Yeah.
I wonder how that like changes society. You know?
That's what I was about to say. Do you feel like it's changed like our values in a society? Because
Yeah.
kind of.
And that's scary to think about because like if I ever have kids one day and then like one moment they're watching Sesame Street and then the commercial comes on and it's just shaking ass and then it's like, oh shit, okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm vibing to it, but my kid's like 3. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know. I mean, it's cool, but it just be like, where's that heading? Because by the time they 10 or whatever, they might have a sex addiction or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Addicted to porn. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sex addictions. It's more like mental. I feel like than anything.
Mm.
Like it is physical, but I feel like it's mentally like an obstacle. Like it keeps you from doing stuff that you want to do.
Mm.
It's like I have to get this out of the way,
Yeah.
and then boom, like I can focus now.
Well, it's
Yeah.
interesting because like on this aspect, you said it was like a mental thing, and then earlier you said it was more like a primal instinct.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel like is there a transfer from like primal instinct to mental addiction?
That's interesting.
I think if it, that's a good question. Well, like with porn though, right? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, so we start off with the primal instinct, but then you're just access to porn, you know what I'm saying? Whenever you want it, you know what I'm saying? I think that's where it can kind of,
Like a dopamine addiction.
yeah, it's like,
It's not dopamine.
otherwise, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how many years ago, 100 years ago, I'm not sure, but like when you didn't have that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I guess you would have had to go venture out and find a woman, you feel what I'm saying? But now you can
It's
just,
everywhere.
yeah, you just type it in and there you are, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's how it can kind of like, you know, transfer into like sickness or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Some type of mental problem. So yeah, I definitely do think though, it's still like an instinct that, you know, if it goes unchecked, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have to do the no fat movement or something, you know, save yourself to put yourself out there, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I feel like it's the same way. Like, just like food or whatnot. I mean, you can pace yourself or whatever, or you can eat until you explode. You know, it just depends on the person. It's all the same dopamines and sex and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, like, nobody's forcing you to take down all that chocolate. You got chocolate fryers in the fridge. You got chocolate Hershey's bars, you know what I'm saying? But same thing comes to sex. Like, you can, you know, knock one off or whatever, but that's not, you don't have to do it the next hour, the next day, the next week or whatever. You can focus your intentions on something else.
Yeah, if it hinders you, I think it becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
Like it's like if you're supposed to do your homework, but you're like, dude, I have to go beat my meat real quick. Like I have to.
Like you're not going to work and you're beating your meat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should be horrible.
You're not walking your dog, you're just beating your meat. That's my bad.
Why are we saying this with a straight face? Like, why are we doing this?
It's a serious issue.
It's a serious issue.
You're hungry and thirsty, but you're just beating your meat.
Oh my god.
Like you're dying, bro. Like I get that.
It's like dying on the inside.
Oh my
Beating
god.
me. Oh my god.
I did-
But you know what? This is great because essentially, based off our access, we statistically should have more people sexually addicted than 100 years ago. Like you said.
Right.
So we could potentially have millions of sexual addicts who are just beating their meat instead of going to work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. If you're not going to work and you're doing that, you need help, man. Like if you need help, but you know what I'm saying? We here to
we cannot addiction shame.
but we're here to help you, okay?
We're not-
Unless you're like a sperm donor. For
Oh my god.
That's right. You're right, Swarzak. Turn it into something positive and productive. Become
absolutely.
a sperm donor.
Yeah.
Get paid from it at least.
Yeah. Apparently it's
Become a
not
sperm donor.
Yeah. Please.
Oh my god! But I do want to hit on what Rio was saying earlier, though. He said something to the effect of like, we were talking about like values, right? So I have noticed because sex sells everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird because like if I see a woman that has ass, titties, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in my head, their value goes up, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of fucks you up a little bit because you haven't even like really seeing what type of quality of person that they are. You know what I mean? And it kind of like for me, it really messed me up because I'm thinking like, all right, if I want someone that's bad, right, a 10, whatever, right, I'm gonna need, you know, really good job, really good this, really good that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what at least a lot of I guess the male dating scene is kind of like pushing right now. You know, stay on your purpose, get all these, get your money right, get all these, I guess resources, own something, whatever, which is good advice, I guess. But it just kind of make you feel like crap if you don't have that, right? And how this kind of relates to females is kind of like a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, beat ourselves up for not having certain things to be able to offer from, you know what I'm saying, and it's like, for what? Like this person, this female, she just looks good, you know what I mean? And her value is so high, and we're breaking our necks and our backs to, you know, attain this value in ourselves to offer to this person, and we don't know if they're even a good human being. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of where like the negative aspects kind of, you know, kick in, I guess.
I feel like that's more personal though, because not every woman's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? She can be bad and still be on your social class. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah.
And on your social level. If you beat yourself up because you think that she's bad, and you know she might be bad, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But it's like, if you can't beat yourself up and be like, okay, I need this and that and this and that just to talk to her.
Fact.
You're not giving yourself a chance.
Right. That is bad.
But you know what? I think something is interesting that you were saying was that if you see a girl who's a 10, she's bad or whatever. Like when we were kids, nobody was thinking about that stuff in the sandbox.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We weren't thinking about titties. We weren't thinking about ass. We weren't thinking about long hair. None of that. Bad bitches, nothing. At what point did we start to look at this archetype, if you will, and say, this is risen in value?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how did that happen? When did that exchange take place? Because I don't feel like it was willingly for all of us. You know what I'm saying? Because now I feel like we're looking at this thing, this archetype that's like high in value, and then we're looking at it, and then we're basing our own value of how we feel about ourselves based on this value that has kind of somewhere out of nowhere been put on a pedestal for us.
Right.
I don't feel like it was that disconnected, honestly, because I feel like when I was young, it was all entertainment.
Yeah.
Movies, video games, action figures, paintings, drawings, whatever. You know, it's all entertainment. And then, you know, I started becoming interested in girls or whatever, and then it's like, they're pretty entertaining. You know, it's just like, I don't know what they're entertaining at, but it's, you know, they're bringing some kind of value to my life, you know, when I'm young or whatever. Right. And it's just like, okay, you know, they think different, they do different things. Why do they act like this? You know what I'm saying? It's more so a curiosity. And then after that, more entertainment, and then now it's just a need, kind of. That's from a sexual point of view. You know? And I mean, that's how I feel about it personally. Yeah. I feel like it just evolved from being young. I feel like, you know, it's always a You feel like it was kind of like more so like an evolution, like you've kind of evolved into the value of being at the top. Because like you said, when I was young, it wasn't, you know, they weren't forefront. It was, hey, shit, I just got this new video game. I'm about to, you know, test it out. But even on the video games, it'd be like King of Fighters, and all the chicks got they ass titties out.
Yeah, true. That's true. Even on video games.
Yeah. Do y'all ever see a girl that looks way too good and think she's unattractive? Just like, she looks way too good. I feel like there has to be something. I just find her unattractive now.
Interesting.
Like, have y'all ever seen
There's some models like that.
They're like way too like good looking. They're like
her ass too perfect, her tits too perfect.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's just like, you already mixed or whatever, why you got a tan?
Yeah.
And you be like, okay, there's something going on.
You know, that happened to me when, and I think it's probably like a subconscious thing. Like, that happened to me when I see a girl, I think she's bad, but then I see her getting a whole bunch of attention from like a whole bunch of other guys, and then I'm like, I'm turned off on it.
Yeah.
Why is that though?
What
switch is going off in our minds to kind of disqualify that?
That's my thoughtometer.
That's
my thoughtometer.
We need shirts, guys. We need shirts. I like that.
When that thoutometer goes off,
the pronunciation.
It's like, hey, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Let me go find some good girl that's over here reading a book. Because that thoutometer goes off, man, ain't nothing I can do with that.
But you know what? That's not even her fault, though.
That's so interesting.
It's like she could not be hit smashing none of these guys.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then, like,
she could have all the attention.
Yeah, she feeds too much of that attention.
What do you think that's more of a reflection of ourselves, though? Because, like Rio said, he says, like, you know, if you see a girl in the club and she looks good, he's not thinking about no one else, right? So if you feel like you can slay the dragon, so to speak, shit, the peasants really affect you then?
I think
Is that similar?
I think what the one of the key aspects of it is the feeding of attention.
Yeah, she has the
If she's like feeding if 30 different guys attention, then I guess that to me, that would be like no.
You're not a horse in a race. You a cattle with the rest of the sheep.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I can see that. No, I can see that. I get it. No, that makes sense. That's a difference.
And that thermometer. Yeah, shawty, she might not be messing with none of these guys, but it's not like me out of the rest of these 30 that she's constantly texting, constantly talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want nothing to do with her.
Right.
Yeah. And that's another that's very interesting as far as like value, because like guys don't value girls who's entertaining a whole bunch of dudes.
No.
Right. Just like I feel like as a basic kind of thing. But why is the I guess the value of the female and how many guys she messes with, why does that kind of like start messing with our value system where it's like, oh, I don't know if I value her that much.
So define messing with. You mean like messing with like we know like she's maybe sleeping with them, or is it just taking attention?
Well, this is like say for example, like you got a girl who's like sexually free.
Okay.
Having a lot of sex with a whole bunch of different guys.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
She's not getting relationships with these guys, but she is like sexually liberated.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of guys, that would be a turnoff.
Yeah.
Right.
But if she's still bad, then why would that affect the value system of her still being a 10 before we found out she was having sex with her?
Interesting.
I don't know, because looks is like a handshake.
Mm.
It's like your first impression of somebody. So once you know that she's having sex with 10 different dudes, it's over.
But like, why is that? Like, what makes why is that such a I guess a turn off?
I mean, it plays a role. It definitely plays a role. I mean, she can be a legitimate businesswoman.
Mm.
She can have everything going for her, be bad, have houses, have 2 cars, whatnot. But if you're that sexually open, one, that puts me at risk for fucking STDs and shit.
True.
And then 2 is like, if you are doing everything you're supposed to do in your life for yourself and you're entertaining multiple guys, you're not gonna have enough attention to give me, and I'm not gonna have enough attention to give you. You know what I'm saying? And in order to make it into a relationship or anything like that, like off rip, you're not giving me a shot, and me jumping in there, I'm not even giving you a shot.
Yeah.
You can't build a family like that. I feel like I don't know if I want to build a family, and my wife cares about like all this guy's attention and doesn't give me the same attention or cares for me. What is the difference between me being in a relationship with her and me being her friend that just smashes?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like you can't, like for me I can't, but like it's like I can't be in a relationship with someone else that has like so much guy attention that she talks to all these guys and like sexual relationship with everyone else, because it's like like I'm different, like I'm your husband and this is our kids, like let's grow a future together.
So
that's why I see it.
So if a guy has a top 5, which a lot of us have probably had a top 5 before at some point in our lives, are we not husband material at that point because we're entertaining a whole bunch of females?
I wouldn't say that. I mean, I feel like at that point we're playing a different game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like husband material when you're down to your top 2.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in top 5, it's like, okay, I'm still fishing around. I'm trying to find out what's going on, or I'm just smashing or whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's too much divided attention.
Mm-hmm.
When you're focusing on you and you're focusing on 5 different women, that's a lot, bro.
That's 20%, dude.
True.
All right.
Yeah, true.
So, I mean, but when you're down to top 2, I feel like that's okay, even when it comes to a woman.
Mm-hmm.
But she got 10 guys, that's a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
There's nowhere for you to fit.
Yeah, it's like half a class.
Interesting.
Yeah, you got that 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock time frame
Yeah.
to smash.
AM or PM.
Oh, whenever she opens.
It's interesting that you say that, because like if I'm talking to a female heavy and I find out she's talking to another dude, I'm falling back.
Oh,
Interesting.
Yeah, me too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm falling back. But why is that a common thing amongst us where if we find out she's talking to another guy, we falling back? Is she no longer wife material? And if so, does that not make us husband material if we are talking to 2 different females?
I feel like we mainly do that only when it comes to women that we actually like that we can actually see ourselves with. Because when you actually like a woman and she's talking to somebody else, it's like, damn, you ain't really giving me a shot or whatever, or you entertaining somebody else when I should be I should be your number one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you already know she's talking to 3 or 4 or 5 guys or whatever, and you just happen to squeeze in there some way, you just glad to get a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like a love or lust thing, though.
Really?
I feel like it's like a love or lust thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know. If like you see a future with the girl, and like it's in the beginning of the relationship, it might still be lust or whatever. But I feel like if you see a relationship, like a huge future going on, it's like, all right, that could lead towards love. But if you're just trying to get with the girl, it's like you see more lust. You know, like you're like, nah, you're like, her personality's all right. Like I'm not really thinking about a future, but I'll see what's up.
But but like when you first meet girls, I
Yeah.
don't know about y'all, but the first thing I'm thinking about is smashing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then, are we starting off in lust?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're already starting off not thinking about building for a future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
That
different
comes second,
percentages, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this could be like all lust. Like I'm not thinking about a future with this girl. Like she's just like, she just looks good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it could also be like, you know, like I could actually see myself with this girl because like our personalities are just so good together.
Yeah.
And she's so cool to talk to, and she looks good.
When do you start?
So
When do you start? I guess like measure for that. Like on the second date, like it's like, oh, her personality is good. I think I can see.
I feel like even on the first date, you could like kind of tell where this is going. Like if the personalities just click, you know, like if y'all watch the same cartoons growing up, if you think the same, like similar interests, like stuff that you're like, wow, like we see life very similar.
Yeah.
Or like time just flies on the first date.
Yeah.
You know, that's when you're like, yo, like what the heck? Like let's see what the second date's gonna do.
Yeah.
And then it might like kickstart or it might backtrack, you know?
So here's a question: when you are on your first date with a girl, is the thought that's like at the forefront of your mind, is it smashing, or is it personality test?
Personality test.
Really?
I don't know. For me, it's like slowly, like I don't know. It's like smashing's there, but it's like mostly like going into personality and getting to know the person to build up the tension of like a nut. You
As
know.
far as that, you remind me of who I'm not. Honestly, on the first date, I am definitely like I seen her or whatever, and I'm checking her out. Like, sex is on my mind, automatic. Second date is really where I'm like, okay, the first date went cool, and I got to know her a little bit. She didn't let me hit, hopefully. You know, if it's a long-term thing, if she let me hit, then, you know, that's whatever. But if she did let me hit, if she didn't let me hit, second date, it's reeling me in a little bit more. You know, it's a little chase. And it opens me up to seeing what her personality's like, you know, where she's from, what she likes to do, and things like that. And if we're all, like, compatible in these kind of things, have similarities, then, of course, that opens up those doors. I feel like.
Yeah. So then, Spartak, when you see a girl, she's a 10. How does looks play into what you're thinking about in your mind when you first like approach the chick and you're talking to her? What is looks? What's the importance of looks if you're only thinking about the personality test?
Yeah, I mean, so like I learned that in high school because I like glowed up really hard, and a bunch of the popular girls really did not like me in the beginning, and then I glowed up pretty alright, and then they started talking to me. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna talk to any girl that I can. And looks, I do think it plays a part, but you kind of just have to go in there and be like, fuck it. You know, just talk to them. Because it might be a super pretty girl that has a shitty personality, or she might be super pretty and have a great personality. So it's like you don't know until like you take that risk. So I think looks doesn't, I don't know, like it does play a part, but it's like for you it might be more intimidating, like when you're talking to her. But I don't know, I think it's like why not get an attractive girl?
So would you talk to a 3 and be like, you know, I'm gonna measure her personality real quick, see if we're compatible?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
sex is there though. Like you gotta be attracted.
Yeah, you have to be
her.
attracted to
If you're not hard, bro, like it's like
what? So you trying to be the homie? You know what I'm saying?
Be the homie.
Yeah, like I mean,
oh, that's hilarious.
yeah, you're not trying to see it from the back like a guy. Bro.
yeah, man. If I got a paper bagger, bro, it's not cool.
That's
When the lights are off and she looks kind of like a dude, you're like, it's bad.
So would you say? So then, Spartak, would you say the friendship matters most, or the attractiveness matters more?
I think each one plays a different part.
Okay.
I think like the attractiveness is more like future, long term, and then the
You said it backwards.
I got
you.
you.
I
The
got you.
personality is more like long term. The attractiveness plays like a different weight. I don't know. It's like weights almost. Attractiveness is important to like lead it, and it does carry the relationship a little bit better because sex might be good,
Mhm.
like better, I guess.
Yeah.
But the personality's there to like during tough times
We'll lock you in.
Interesting.
in there and to like hold down the family, like
Mm.
really like I don't know, like just like keep the relationship together and like
Yeah.
make it smoother.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
interesting
know.
because if the girl's not attractive to me, I can't do nothing with her.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, what are we friends for? I might as well be talking to one of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So that's very interesting. But you know, I guess people have their different, I guess their merits. You know what I'm saying? Or what they think is important. But yeah, like if you're a 3, like you better be
Not
aggressive.
me.
You might.
So what I think was interesting was that like Spartak was saying like the like building, you know, looking for the future. You know what I'm saying? He's looking at attractiveness as like, oh, okay, you know, the attractiveness is there, but her personality is what's going to keep us together. As in like,
I agree with that. I can
You know what I'm
agree
saying?
with that.
I don't necessarily know if that is a measurement that all of us guys are like thinking from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I will admit, I was never really thinking about, oh, her personality is going to be good enough to hold me down in my relationship when things are not going good.
Yeah.
That's not something I was thinking about.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in. This has been the Jab. That's a wrap, y'all. That's a wrap. Hey, y'all did great today. Get hooked. Follow us at our social medias somewhere on the screen.
Wow.
Bow.